Greetings, flesh creatures. It is I, Megatron. On behalf of TFYLP, I want to congratulate you for listening to the most refined collective podcast on this miserable little planet Earth. Yes. Here you'll find knowledgeable fans discussing every aspect of Transformers and beyond. Now, enjoy the show while I continue my path to complete conquest of all of you miserable biological entities. Predacons, terrorize!
Hello, welcome to TFYLP, episode 407 for November 23rd, the week of Thanksgiving here. So, I am joined tonight by Rick.
Oh my god. I sneezed so hard earlier tonight that it cracked my whole back. Hashtag getting old sucks.
I was going to say,
it's a hell of a motto.
And then we've got Jim.
Hello. Long time no see, everyone.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And Nick.
Hello.
And Peter.
Forever Destron.
So tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about Transformers Kids subsidiary line. So all of the weird stuff. So I tried to collect a cast of that like to collect eclectic Transformers items.
All right, so now you threw a curveball at me. Because now you specifically called out kid stuff.
Oh, no.
And I wasn't, I know we had talked about that at one point, but in my head, it was just the subsidiary lines either licensed or actually produced by Hashtag. And I didn't think in my head to narrow it down even further to just kid stuff.
In fairness, a lot of the lines that are tangential, non-mainline stuff are more geared towards kids. You've got your Hero Mashers and your Construct Bots and your Creos and your Angry Birds and your Animorphs, I guess.
Yeah. No, Animorphs are not Transformers.
Hey, the label is right on it.
Says it on the package.
Nope. They're not Transformers.
I mean, technically they're all for kids, I guess, right? It's a kid's line. Kids.
Yeah.
So do we also incorporate the current crossovers like the Ectotron and Maverick and
that's
I feel that's more of a collector's line. Yeah, that's the thing is I was trying to stay away from that discussion because we've already had it a little bit and kind of steer more towards the Hero Mashers
because it's kind of off in left field like some of the other stuff, so I didn't know if it would qualify.
Okay, so let's talk about crap. So
honorable mention before we get started is BotBots. I don't know, you can't see that.
Oh yeah, no, I was wondering if BotBots counted or not. I don't know.
Are those really for kids or are those just for Christian?
I think this is a picture that Christian just posted, so I don't know. I think they're for whoever wants them.
I think Hasbro just made them for him.
They need to get on.
You say that, but Christian and I run a BotBots fan club group, and it's all moms. It's all just moms trying to find BotBots for their kids.
I want to join that group. I don't care about BotBots.
What have I done?
Moms, you say?
I mean, let me tell you that, because I've collected a fair amount of the BotBots, but for my kids, not for me. And, my kid had, a lunchbox full of the BotBots that he brought with him. We did, this is a couple years ago, where we went for, a 4th of July party kind of thing, right? And let me tell you, he was the most popular kid there because he opened up his lunch pail with all these toys, and all the other kids that were there that didn't have toys with them were like, whoa, what's that? Are these Shopkins? And you're like, no, they're not Shopkins, they transform. So they were digging it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Funny, if you do the same thing with Hero Mashers, they're like, what is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you at Hasbro when they did the Hero Mashers, or had you already gone?
No, I was there. I was there at the beginning. I wasn't there for like the R.I.D. Hero Mashers, which I remember passing one day at like a Marshalls and going, "Oh, they actually came out," and just walked by them, never stopping to think, I should probably buy those now because they're going to be $100 a pop.
They're not. We actually talked about those 2 or 3 shows ago. We found them. They're $15 a pop. You can get them. They're available.
Oh,
Except for the last 2 that were only released in the UK that I found out about tonight.
Who were the last 2?
Was it Bisk? Maybe one of the bad guys.
It was
and
Hot
then
Carl and
Strong Arm, I think, was the other.
Carl and Bisk. So, all right, let's talk about some of these other lines, and I think the conversation starts with something which in Japan was catered towards kids, but in America it was straight up for collectors. Can anyone guess what I'm talking about?
SCF?
I hope it's not Kiss Players.
Yeah, no. Can we just
RQ?
not? Can we put a moratorium on talking about Kiss Players?
Never.
Especially during the kids program one that we're doing.
SCF, I was right. Look at me.
Right. So in Japan, for those of you who are not aware of this, and I think Lucas's first experience with these, I sent him a bunch for Secret Satan one year.
You did.
So FCFs, these are little vinyl figures. They don't transform. They easily come apart. And there were
SCF stands for Super Collection Figure, just for clarity for those listening.
Super Collection Figures.
Yep.
AKA PVCs.
Yeah.
Right. So the PVCs came in. There were sets of 10, right? Or were there? No, they were sets of 12, 6 colored, and then 6 either clear in the first couple of waves, and then later the clear ones were changed to pewter. And there was 8 G1 waves and 2 Armada waves.
Correct.
And each wave had 2 chase figures that were randomly packaged in. So when you bought a case, it would have a full set, 6 and 6. And then randomly, one of those would be pulled out and a chase figure would be put in. So these were blind boxed, sold in Japan to little kids. They would just, buy the blind box and, hey, I don't know who this is, but my dad does. In America, we went crazy for them because this was 2001, 2002. These started hitting, and it was the first kind of licensed good. These weren't even licensed. These were made by Takara.
Yeah, this is like the first throwback G1, specifically G1 thing that we'd seen in forever.
Yeah, it was
Heroes of Cybertron, right?
Yeah, it was Beast Wars, Beast Machines. So this was like the first G1 thing that we got, except for like hard hero statues.
Right.
So in America, I think this is what put Big Bad Toy Store on the map by selling a bunch of these.
Those and I'd say the car robot line.
Yeah. The already fixed, so you could buy these eventually in the U.S. They were first called Heroes of Cybertron. They came carded, and then they got re-released a few times as Legends of Cybertron at Hot Topics.
And they were molded in the U.S. They were molded in translucent plastic, all of them, and painted over. So you can tell in a loose collection, you can tell the difference between the Japanese ones and the American ones by taking them apart and looking at the pegs to see if they're
Now,
painted.
if memory serves with those, the Hot Topic ones, there was 5 of them. It was, Megatron, Optimus, Magnus, and I believe Galvatron. But I'm pretty sure there was 5 total. And weren't they molded in a solid like white plastic, different from the original releases?
If they were,
them, I couldn't tell you.
yeah, I never opened the reissues. I only opened the Heroes of Cybertron one
But I
because
do remember them being Hot Topic exclusives, though.
Yeah. There's a million variants because the U.S. ones, the Heroes of Cybertron, are slightly different colored from the Takara ones anyway.
like Walgreens or whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
they were at drugstores mostly.
Market 6.
And Paradron Medic was impossible
Yes.
to get because everybody wanted Paradron Medic because that was one that was like one of the first U.S. characters. Like that one wasn't offered by Takara.
Right.
She was in a chase wave.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she was a chase in like wave 6 or 7, somewhere in there.
All right.
And in addition to the regular chase figures, there were also Build-A-Figures that came in multiple colors. You can get Fortress Maximus, there you go, Metroplex, Scorponok, Black Zarak, and yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and then there were parts to make Victory Leo.
Yeah, you can get
Star Saber.
Yep, you could combine. You could add. There were add-on parts for Star Saber to make a Victory Saber.
Yeah,
Right.
and there
How
was a
Master
ton. There were a ton of misprints
Yeah.
with these. So
Oh,
there's
really?
like guys that have no hand painted, and I just noticed after having this guy for 20 years that he's only got one thigh painted.
Oh.
I paid $100 for this at my first BotCon,
I'm sorry.
and I think you can probably get this now for like maybe $25.
Yeah,
$30.
that's about right.
Yeah, the price on some of the later chase figures held, and some of the earlier chase figures, like the Paradron Medic, the first Ghost Starscream, the I'm changing into Galvatron Megatron. It's like a transparent Megatron with like grid lines all over him. We just lost Rick. And the Eagle Breast version of Deserus are all pretty hard to find.
Yeah, I still need a bunch of that.
Better get on it. And watch out because the transparents are really prone to yellowing. The transparent ones are really just
Yeah.
So watch out for that. In addition to that, there were a couple figures like I want to say it was Dirge was available originally in the Generations book as a mail away promo, and so he was impossible to find in Japan, but you could find him in the US pretty easily. So a lot of loose collections will be like a bunch of Japanese, SCF figures and then an American Dirge to fill out your
And
cast.
why not?
And
Yeah,
and
why not?
another
It works.
American figure besides the was it called Burning Convoy or Burning General?
The Fire Guts.
Fire
General.
Guts. Right.
Fire
Fire
Guts.
Right.
Fire Guts in Japan. In America, they called it Apex Armor Burning something.
Yeah, it's like Spark Attack, I think it was.
Yeah.
Spark Attack.
Spark
yes.
Attack. Thank you. Yeah.
So that was another U.S. exclusive.
Yep.
In addition to the Oatfuck EFCC Sunstorm. And the only way you can get the OTFCC, the official Transformers Collectors Con is the key word there, is by signing up for the club, and then you got a free Sunstorm carded. And then there was the big 6-pack as well.
Yeah.
Right.
6-pack.
Three-
Right.
Group
So it
logos
had
on the bottom.
Starscream, Skywarp, Thundercracker, and the 3 drones, which were in purple.
And not a single package exists where they're all intact. They've all fallen apart.
Mine
in
Is mostly.
fact. Oh yeah.
Mine.
They didn't have backer trays, so
Yeah.
they just kind of bounced around inside the bubbles. So after a couple bounces, their legs fall off and their heads fall off, and then you just have like these rattle trap seekers in a box. Beautiful set.
So, really nice card. I like big cards.
Oh yeah, it's great. It
They're
was
nice.
great display when it was new, but
Yeah.
move a couple times and
Forget it.
So those PVC figures eventually led to Peter. What did they lead to?
Mega SCF or my clone, depending on which direction we're going.
Oh,
We're going Mega FCF.
Okay, Mega SCF. Here we go.
Mega FCF. So this is, I would say, the precursor to Revoltech. Right. So here's a Revoltech Starscream. Here is the Mega FCF Starscream. Actually, I got a loose one right here. Bear with me.
Do it.
Can I be honest? I actually like the Mega SCFs way better
Oh yeah.
than the Revoltech.
Oh yeah. They weren't as
Because-
stylized. They looked more like they were cartoon based. They weren't all like dream wavy, dynamic looking.
Well, I just always feel like I'm going to break a Revoltech. Just in general. They always
Cam
feel-
hands. eh?
I don't have. They look like good, strong
time I
hands.
Now those didn't those use some of the same parts as the robot replicas?
Do I know?
No.
The
I don't know what you said, but no.
Okay. I don't know.
So
I was
here's the
thinking
Revoltech.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Here's the Mega FCF.
Right.
This is the precursor to Revoltech, in my opinion.
I'd say spiritually, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They're more posable. They've got elbows and knees and stuff, whereas the regular SCF figures do not. They have swap out accessories. The Starscream that you're holding up, you can take his cape and his crown and his all this fun stuff off. There were multiple Megatrons and Optimus Primes available, and several Micron Densetsu or Armada figures.
Yeah,
All
so
with
the Armada
parts.
figures are probably the hardest ones to get. I think Starscream and the small Optimus Prime, which I pulled out because I didn't know I had one. This guy.
Yeah.
Are the two hardest Armada ones to get. Again, same problem with the little guys. I've got an unpainted crown.
Oh,
I got parts of the crown are painted.
Ooh.
See, there's plenty of SCF, but no QC. So
Yeah.
WTF.
So Jim, what were you saying about reusing parts?
I seem to recall years ago when the Revoltech figures first came out, someone was making some comparisons to the robot replicas from the first
from
movie.
the movies.
Yeah, the 2007 movie. I think it might have been maybe like the knee joints and elbow joints.
No.
But
Because
it was
these
just
are
a few pieces. Not like
No,
the whole-
because this was actually licensed. This was made by another company, not Hasbro Takara. These were actually made by Hasbro Takara.
Revoltech is all made by Kyoto.
Okay.
And they have their own signature joints. That
And
is the whole
so the
point of the
Revoltech
system.
joints,
Yeah,
yeah.
Tetrons, yeah.
So,
But you can mimic them, and
Sure.
I think that's what. Yeah.
Maybe they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
There might have been a
yeah, but
similar.
the robot replicas are,
I don't think I opened any of those either.
they don't. They're like a Spawn figure. It looks cool in the package, but when you open it, it just flops down.
Disaster.
It just falls over. It doesn't hold anything. So, I mean, not shit on Todd or anything, but I mean, the guy made a fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, in the wake of the big PVC extravaganza that we all went through, came the cutie stuff. I'm not a big fan of the cutie stuff.
Some of it is nice.
we got-
Hey, my clone!
Oh, I still need a ton of those guys.
There's only 24 to get here. It's easy. Get them.
I know.
Well,
I'm
but
missing a bunch of.
How much do those go for usually?
more than I want to spend.
$15 to $20 for the basics, and for the chasey ones, you're going to spend about $80 to $100.
That's insanity.
No,
I
it's
haven't. I've been after a Lava Galvatron for like years, and I can't find one for sale. But there was a whole bunch of like fun characters. Like, when did you ever get a Wreck-Gar? Right? Like,
Yeah.
did you get a Wreck-Gar? Like, this is the first Wreck-Gar since G1
Mhm.
that we got.
And you can this is another set of PVCs that you can disassemble. You can swap their chests, you can swap their heads, their bases all interlinks. You can have them doing like cutesy little party stuff, and they're in that little chibi style. So
Yeah.
it's
And all
fun
the little-
for desk spots.
All
I
the
got a
bases
bunch of
connect.
I got a bunch of these guys.
How did they
at
even-
Cybercon Expo in New York City in 2005.
Oh, I've never heard of it. Never
How
heard
did
of
they
it.
even think to like include Wreck-Gar though? You know, like that seems.
You get a guy
odd.
like me who's like, "Hey, we need a figure to fill out this Creo wave." Spinister. Who? Trust me. And that's how Spinister got the Creo made.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was the guy who would like help pick out all the Creos for the blind packs.
Nice.
They're like, "Who's Spinister?" And I remember Spinister was an issue, and it sticks out in my head because one day I'm like, "Rick, can I talk to you?" "Yes, Aaron." "Is Spinister a character that you made up? Why is he in the Creo wave?" "Oh no, that's a real character. He was in the IDW comics. Yeah, he's big in the comics, and he had like one scene at that point in the comics, and I think it was in the Dreamwave comics or something." And I'm like, "Yeah, Spinister." Okay. So that's how we got
You
Spinister.
were Target Master.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how
he
we
was 1988 Gentleman Target Master, but he showed up in Stormbringer. I don't think it was in
Oh,
Dreamwave.
Oh, Stormbringer. Yes,
yeah,
thank
he
you.
showed up in Stormbringer.
Yeah. And then he showed, and then 10 years
And then
later. it was-
More than CI, yeah.
right.
Yeah. So, I think you mentioned these. These are another on the cute side of things, which doesn't really excite me very much. But it was the first G1 Megatron gun.
Yay!
Oh, yes.
God.
Yay.
Or Q.
I got all those.
Choro Q. There's 6 of them. There's 3
there's only
characters
6.
and 2 flavors. Here's the box. There's a Megatron, a black Megatron, and then there's Optimus and Rodimus in like bright metallic colors, and then like show colors. So, Choro Q, you would transform these little guys, and now he's a gun.
Awesome.
Pew pew. Take it to work.
And then
Dude, I'll try this at home.
if you pull it, if you lay it down flat, if you lay this gun flat, pull it back, it rolls forward for no reason, and it's yellow. See how much it's yellowed in 20 years. See here, it actually looks like it's to scale, but you know, bring it back. It's like, so this was, I remember the Optimus had, I think the insert became a paper trailer for him.
That's right.
And I think that was the first time we got a paper trailer Optimus.
Junior. Transform Junior had a paper
Transformers Junior, right. Transformers Junior, then the Choro Q, and then I think there was another one before the Masterpiece. Because there was a Masterpiece cardboard trailer too.
Yep, there was.
Lucas is like, I don't have.
No, I'm taking it all in. This is things I missed out on. This is why I'm having all you guys on here.
There's some like ridiculous exclusives on the Choro Q stuff, like some holiday party nonsense or something. Some Megatron tank.
Not for that line. There were 3 Q Robos that were released as part of the Takara Holiday Party, and for BotCon 2000 there was Gen 2 Megatron, an Optimus Prime that had a trailer built into it, and a clear Mirage, but not Mirage. It didn't transform or anything. It was
those predate these. They just get lumped in with the plot.
Yeah, they get lumped in because of the same like aesthetic. Yeah.
Super deformed.
Yeah. Those ones don't transform though.
Right.
No, they don't.
They're just the vehicles. So this was like the rebirth of G1 because everything at this time was Beast Wars, Beast Machines, and like RID, and Armada was just around the corner. All right, so like there was no G1 stuff at all.
T-shirts and stickers were starting to trickle into your Pack Suns and your Hot Topics and your places like that. They were starting to show up at the mall.
And all the Ghost had the G1 episodes on the VHS cassettes.
Oh yeah, the Rhino cassettes.
So the T-shirts originally came from a company called Changes Online Apparel.
Yeah.
And who was the guy providing them with all the art? It was me. So Changes would come to my house, set up a photography shoot. They would shoot a bunch of packages, shoot a bunch of toys, and then my toys would end up on those shirts.
So that retro Optimus Prime shirt where it's just the G1 cab sitting there on a shirt is probably your Optimus?
It's probably my Optimus, yeah. I know, like I have hundreds of T-shirts.
Yeah.
And I think from that line, I think I only have the Starscream one, where it's the G1 Starscream toy. But it's my G1 Starscream toy. It's on a shirt.
I'm trying to think of what shirts I have accessible.
And I see, like, I never wear my Transformer shirts. I buy them, put them in a box. There they go. And that's, so it's always a little weird when I'm in the kids section and I'm looking for like the underwear and the socks and stuff. And I'm like, oh, and I find little underwear and I'm like, yeah. Like I remember Transformers Animated. The first thing I bought for Animated was a pack of underwear.
Nice.
I'm like, wow, I can't believe this is out already. I'm at the Walmart and these people going.
You trying them on in the hallways.
Yeah. I put them up against me to see if they're gonna fit. Right. Yeah. I got them close by. Oh no, I don't. Animated's on the other side.
They're with your KISS players.
So now does that stuff go straight into the box, Rick, or do you display the socks and underwear?
I don't have any of the apparel out yet. So I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that. I think I'm just gonna build like a shelf and just fold them and just put all the shirts and like I got comforts. Yeah, I got comforts and things.
So,
like, hoodies and jackets and all sorts of stuff.
So it's entirely possible that you may end up eventually putting up an underwear detolf.
I've got a lot of underwear. Yeah,
that is amazing. That's dedication.
Yeah, I've got Robots in Disguise underwear. I've got Prime underwear, animated underwear.
My underwear is getting animated thinking about it.
I got more. I know I got more. I don't have any G1 undies. Those are tough to find. Nobody kept those.
I have some G1 snow boots.
Yeah, like boots, T-shirts, pajamas. You can find some of that stuff sometimes.
But not Jordan.
If you try to find a pair of G1 underwear, like kid-size G1 underwear,
you pull them off the 45-year-old man who's wearing them, and you fight for.
I could just think the eBay auction. It's like barely used, like 80s underwear.
But you should see some of the eBay auctions.
The party van showed up at Rick's house.
Transformers G1 Megatron raincoat, $160.
Buy it.
I lost it in like the last minute.
I
think it sold for $160. I should have just put $200 on it.
That's how I make my biggest errors on eBay. Is I'm not gonna win this, and I Hail Mary the stupid thing because someone's gonna. Oh no, I won. Oh no, and then it's a problem.
So, this was all stuff from like early 2000s, and then Peter, name this item.
Taking over for the 99 and the 2000. That is the KT collection. It's Rumble because it's purple, but they're the same mold. They use the same mold twice.
Yeah. So, this was an odd thing. These were licensed. These weren't produced by Takara. KT collection. So there was an Optimus bust, and he opened up and he had a Matrix. There was a Rumble of Frenzy. There was a Devastator that was pulling apart the walls of Autobot City
wall. Yeah.
With a tiny, tiny, tiny little RC and Hot Rod. Mm-hmm. And then
there's Ty.
And then there's
one more piece.
Hologram from RID in the bathtub with her legs spread and a little cute cyber shark popping out of the water, spitting a little water stream.
And then there was an add-on. That set came out in 2003.
Yeah.
And there was an add-on, a chase piece that came in that set for your MP-01. And it was a hand. You retract your Masterpiece Optimus's hand, and there's a little cavity, and you can put the KT chase piece in that cavity, and it's an open hand holding Spike.
So this was the hand for Masterpiece Optimus, right? And then you could retract the arm. You pulled it, transform the arm, so it's like this,
right?
And then it fits over it, and it's a hand, and it came with a little Spike figure that you put on it.
Spike is in his hand. It's a gorgeous little piece. It's wonderful.
And
I know the set, but I've never seen it
so that
all the way
was the chase piece. But then there was like a special giveaway. I don't know if it was a giveaway, but there was like a special one later on that came out. It's a silver Optimus Prime.
Mm-hmm.
It's the bust. It's silver, and it just opens up and it's got the Matrix in it. I think it comes in a little brown box, and I think it says Ultra Magnus on it.
Yeah, and it showed up at like Big Bad and places like that, but I don't know the actual source of where it came from. It just kind of was a thing, and then it sat kind of like the Korku figures. They kind of were released to much fanfare, and I guess they made too many of them, and they kind of sat on retailers online for a long time.
So these were blind boxed,
mm-hmm.
and they came with a little black stand, which you put them on, and then they sold a gift set box, just the box, where you can put all 6 into it.
Oh.
It was just the box. And it was just a generic... It wasn't even like a Transformers branded box. It was just like a white box with some lettering and a white plastic tray.
Right.
And I don't have that box.
A lot of times you'll see the sets sold in the box.
Tokyo.
I
saw it.
Yeah. I haven't seen these for sale in a long time.
They crop up here and there. It's like they come in waves. You don't see them for a while, and then they show up, and then some people are, oh, those are $40 a piece. No, they're not. You can get them in. don't spend more than $8 to $10 a piece if you dig them, because some of them, like the Thai one, are weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you said that it had Cybertron or Skybite. whoever it was.
Skybite.
I seem to remember there being something that had Fire Convoy. And
It's the same one.
Peeking over.
He's
Is that
Fire Convoy
Right,
is peeking through the grass, and
Okay.
and yeah, Gel Shark is in
That's
the
the
water
same.
with her. Yeah, it's the same piece.
Okay. I was thinking it was. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. There's like all this Gen 1 love, Gen 1 love, Gen 1. What the beans is this?
Yeah, we're on the 20th anniversary of Pro Robots and nothing.
Yeah. I mean, where's my 10th anniversary animated love?
Yeah, for real.
We're a couple
Right.
of years past that.
We keep talking about stuff, and I'm like, oh, I have something else I want to talk about. So, all right, Peter, what is the next logical step on our journey through the early 2000s?
Taking over for the 99 and the 2000. Okay, we've gone through KT Collection. We've done all the SCF stuff. We've done the Mega SCF stuff. We've done Core Q. We've done My Clone. I mean, we could do World's Smallest.
Boom! There it is.
Right here. That was 2003, 2004 is where we're at right about now.
World's Smallest Transformers. These are actually Takara-produced transforming figures.
Yeah.
So there was, I think, was it 2 or 3 waves?
It gets funny because there's a wave 1.5 with
Right.
yeah.
So there's wave 1, wave 1.5, which was a reissue of some of the popular figures with some repaints, and then wave 2.
Right. And then
So-
a wave 3 was planned and then never produced, and then I think it was Just It Toys came in and produced some of those things and then marketed them as the same product as World's Smallest Transformers in the same packaging and stuff for a while. It was shady. and
But yeah,
weird.
those were knockoffs, technically.
Those are knockoffs. Yeah, absolutely. Like the whole Dinobots line and all that. No,
Yeah.
that's not real.
Yeah, those are knockoffs. So there was Prowl, Optimus, Bumblebee, Starscream, Megatron, and Soundwave were the first ones. The chases were a white Optimus as Magnus, and a red
Optimus.
Bumblebee.
And then
And
Optimus'
then,
trailer came out as a chase at some point.
yeah, that was Wave 1.5, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was Wave
The-
1.5, just the trailer.
Mhm.
And it had a little roller inside of it.
Like the tiniest roller.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I think also part of Wave 1.5 was Silver Streak, which is a chase. It's hard to get. The trailer is a chase. It's hard to get. Wave 2 was Thrust. Help me out, Peter.
Okay. Thrust, Hot Rod, yeah.
Right.
And then I think some more reissues. I don't think it was a full fleshed out wave. I think it was like Wave 1.5 with some reissues. I mean, whoever has the Google Foo can get on it. But
Come on.
Nick's on it. I remember Wave 2 had Soundwave, Hot Rod.
And there's a little transforming Ravage inside of Soundwave.
Yep. And it's the clunkiest. I mean,
Red alert.
Red Alert.
thank
That's
you. Which means a side
Side
too.
swipe. Right.
Meister, Megatron, Convoy, Anime version, Soundwave, Starscream. They listed as Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 2.5 on the wiki.
I think Peter's right. It was Wave 1.5 and then Wave 2.
Remember there being an in-between wave between
I'm gonna talk
Volvis
to
and-
I'm gonna talk to somebody about that. I'm gonna talk to Greg about that. Get the wiki updated. And there's a bunch of like special releases and chases, and I just happen to have a few of these out. This is a little chase hot rod.
Ooh.
It's not clear. It's not a clear hot rod. Actually, you know what? I've never opened this. This is sealed. So this is in the same style box that the clear hot rod from eHobby came in. It's very
this-
similar.
Same time. These were being released all at the
Yeah.
same time as when those reissues were coming.
Right. So at the same time when eHobby was putting out the clear and the black hot rod, this came out in this style box, but it's sealed, so I don't know what's inside of it. It could be a clear hot rod.
I think it's a standard.
Is
I'm
it?
pretty sure
Okay.
it's a standard. Yeah.
Is that the one that was re-released as a Toys R Us exclusive with purchases of THS-02 Convoy?
I think so.
Maybe.
And then they reissued the hot rod in that box. They reissued the Bumblebee in a Gen 1 style card.
Yeah.
And there it is, this tiny little thing. And then they reissued Megatron and Optimus in a 2-pack to look like the VSX box. And that thing is sweet.
Yeah, that's, I think, the easiest out of all of these to get.
Yeah.
Yes. And those two are actually different colors.
Yep.
If I recall.
They
The
are
Optimus is different color. I think the
Megatron is
different.
two. Megatron has the blue, I think, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, right. The blue on the inside.
The blue on
of
the insides,
legs.
yep.
And the Optimus has different color, red and blue, on him.
Yeah, he's more anime, whatever color. I was, when I got the Bumblebee, I was surprised at how just like minuscule that card is. Just wonderful. It's a great set. The world's smallest line is really, really fun, and it interacts nicely with your Metroplex or your Triptychon or your whatever you have that you want to, because it's that nice G1 flavor, but in a better scale for your city bots. It's a lot of fun.
They should have reissued those with Unicron. I mean, I know they have the little slugs, but it'd be fun to do those.
Yeah. So I tried to get these to come out some way, somehow when I was at Hasbro.
Yeah.
And I kept pushing for the Megatron to come out with a Masterpiece figure. Like, hey, let's sell a Masterpiece figure, and then somehow we'll make the Megatron available, like for Starscream or something. Right? And even that was too difficult, because it looks more like a gun than the Legend scale one, which was a little bigger. And also it had a weird parts count, too. There's a lot more parts in this than you think.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
So these would have been very expensive if Hasbro had made them.
My local hobby town, I was living in Colorado Springs when that line started coming out, and my local hobby town branch carried them, and I just kept buying. They're like, well, how do you even know which ones you're getting? I don't care which ones I'm getting. I'm buying all of them. I need to get them. I managed to get most of the chases, most of the normal chases and stuff, and yeah, great line. Wish it would have continued.
Yeah, I have all the case boxes and individual boxes for all these. For some reason, I thought I would keep those, and I did. So then we get into Armada, and there's a bunch of little blind boxes for mini cons and stuff like that too. But we can do mini cons another day.
Yeah, mini cons is its whole
own conversation.
Yeah, it's its own show.
Yeah. I told one of the guys from the wiki, if you want to come over to my house one day, fly in from California, stay a few weeks, photograph whatever you want, but you got to organize my mini cons. So maybe Greg will come over one day. All right, so Pete, what is next?
If we're in the Unicron trilogy, the Gen 1 Dreamwave stuff was starting to die as we were moving into Energon as far as the comics are concerned. So the Heroes of Cybertron are now in full swing at your Walgreens. And SCF is winding down in Japan with the last two, the Armada waves. And here comes Energon. So we've got some Kabaya stuff, but Kabaya is its own thing.
Kabaya is its own show.
Yeah.
What about keychains?
We can talk about keychains. There were some the reissues. Yeah, the Fun for All Minibot Keychains. There were 4 of them, and they were released twice each.
In 2 different lines and 2 different packagings, which look very similar.
Look very similar.
Drive me insane.
The first time they came out, they were trying to be like straight up reissues, but they couldn't be reissues, so they had to make them keychains.
Right.
So you got Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper, Brawn, and Windcharger.
Yep.
And then the second time they came out, they were also branded, I believe, Legends of Cybertron.
Heroes of Cybertron.
Heroes of Cybertron.
Oh, Heroes of Cybertron.
Just like the PVCs.
Yep.
Right. And those started coming out in like malls and stuff like that. And they were like crazy expensive. It was like $12.99, $15.99 for like
Hey
something.
man, you don't even know. This is an original Transformer from 1975. That's the old Transformers y'all don't know. That's when they're from. They're old and expensive. These are they're 100% made of metal, yo. They're 100% made of metal for $500,000 each. You're lucky I sold it to you for 40.
Rubber tires, made of metal.
Yeah.
Man, they if you pull them back, they drive for 20 minutes. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? You have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
So you'd hear it. Yeah, that's where the collector frenzy was going. Yeah. At that point.
Yes. So, we're coming up to reissues were a big thing.
Special note.
Yeah.
In Japan, the keychains were blind packed and sold with a chase variant that were all black.
They were all black. Yes. Yeah. Black figures it's a very popular thing in Japan. So, like Godzilla, Ultraman, you'll find black vinyl figures. They're just straight black. Sometimes they got the eyes painted. This is the idea where the black Optimus Prime comes from, which ended up becoming a character and is now part of the Transformers lore, known as Scourge, of course.
Yep.
Not
Sometimes.
Nemesis Prime.
Sometimes, yeah.
So, this was reissues were in full swing at this time in Japan. And we're coming up on the 25th anniversary of the line, Peter. And what tie-ins started coming out during the 25th anniversary, exclusive to Japan? I wouldn't say these are for big kids.
Okay, no, so we're not talking about the Beast Wars sausages.
No, it's pronounced sausage.
I have a package.
Do you now?
Yes. I do. It's a family show.
Here, I'll show you the back of the box.
Oh, no, I know. Yeah, it is device label. So we go into the label series. The label series, there were 3 different... there was device label, and sports label, and... Help me out. Music label. Thank you. Yep. So that's 2006, 2007, 2008. Device label was Mouses and Mises. I hate those Mises to pieces. Yeah, and slugs, memory slugs, memory cards,
2
and
gigabytes.
Whopping.
2 gigabytes. But this is like back. This is the 25th
2006,
anniversary.
2007.
So 2 gigabytes, and the price you were paying for this?
That's huge.
That was money well spent.
And those are fun. When you get the legitimate ones, there's a lot of knockoffs of the memory cards.
Really?
But the legitimate ones, when you plug them in, they actually have a little animated doodad that shows up on your desktop, and like Ravage will dance around and do stuff for you.
Oh, wow.
It's cute. Yeah.
I've never plugged it in. I just opened this the other day. I was going to put a recording on here for my girls.
Do it.
And then hide it somewhere inside me.
Okay.
So when I die, they have to cut me open to retrieve the message. I guess I should probably tell them it's in there. They know to do that. But here's Tygatron. They made a Tygatron repaint of Ravage. They made a weird looking mouse, which kind of transforms into a dinosaur, and they just painted it one to look like Trypticon and painted one to look like Grimlock.
Yep. And then a couple of years later, they came out with a Cheetor. It was like Device Label had dead for Device Label had been dead for a couple of years, and like 2012 or something, they're like, hey, we'll just make a Cheetor.
Oh, I need that.
Get it? They're still around.
I didn't know about Cheetor.
Sport Label, everyone turned into a shoe, some sort of shoe. There was a Magnus, a Convoy, and a Megatron. There was a Starscream that was going to come out, but he didn't make it. And then Music Label.
Music Label.
Love it.
Yeah, plenty of things for Music Label.
Soundwave.
Yeah.
So let's start with
that on
Soundwave.
Yeah.
So there was Soundwave, and he came in 3 flavors. He came in white,
Sonic White,
and he came in G1 blue,
Spark Blue,
and then he came in Sound Blaster colors. And at that point in time, it was the most authentic to the animation Soundwave there was. And he sat on my chug shelf for many, many years until a replacement came along.
Mine retired off of here when the Siege one came out, and it moved to my desk at work. So that way I can still because it's a really fun toy. The transformation is just right. His chest pops open, and you can put an SD card in there. And my SD card is filled with theme songs from.
Theme song. Yes.
Theme songs.
Yes.
No news.
There's also headsets. Rumble Friends headsets that are real headsets.
I do have that one.
And then one of the best Optimus Primes.
Yeah, and that came in 3 flavors too.
Yes.
It was Optimus Prime with a newly tooled head, and his trailer was.
It was the head was swiftly or ball jointy or something.
And it was on a ball joint, right?
Yep.
It was a very G1 cartoon looking head on a ball joint.
Yeah.
On a G1 Optimus Prime body.
It was a great, and that came in 3 different flavors. An all red one, which was I think a Bape figure, wasn't it?
No, it was
it was another band.
Some band thing. Yeah, I forget.
There's
then an all white one. Yep. And then the Gen 1 color one. And the trailer was an iPod docking station with little speakers.
Yes. Crazy.
Really, really fun sets.
Right.
It was LDH Shop, Love Dream Happiness.
Yeah.
Exile Perfect Year 2008.
Yes,
yeah, the
Exile Perfect Year. Yeah, Exile. Yeah. Those guys are cool. Yeah.
It's the red one.
they're not a band anymore though. I don't know.
They're no bump of chicken, right?
So right, they're not bump of chicken.
Oh, Chama.
But who is?
All right, so we moved up to device label. So now we're approaching the 2010s.
And kind of a spin-off of the Sport Label, but not called Sport Label, or the Catbots.
Yes.
I still need one of those.
And there were 2 Catbots, right?
2, yeah.
Decepticon.
An Autobot and a Decepticon. And they didn't turn into... I think they were the same mold, and they just transformed into like a robot. But one was branded with an Autobot symbol, one's branded with a Decepticon symbol.
Yep.
A purple and a red. Catbots. Yes, that... it's funny, we talk about crossover stuff. There's actually a crossover with... this is, I think, 2012, 2013. It's an ice cream pop.
Yep.
The ice cream pop, yeah.
Yep.
It's an ice cream pop transformer.
Got a few of those.
So it comes in a box, and I'm like, I really got to know what's
Gary
inside of it.
Robo-Coon or something like that?
Yeah. Should I get it?
Go get it.
Well, here's the story. I got the box, and I opened the box, and then I'm like, oh, you know what? Even though I only have one, I got to open this. I got to see what's inside of it. I take it out, and the thing's wrapped in foil. I'm like, no! Box. Because I'm not going to open the bag of foil. I'm like, no! And I haven't opened it since. And I'm mad that I opened the box to begin with now.
Do it.
I'm not going to pressure you to open a box. I'm not.
Foil.
He's doing it.
Cut the tape.
No.
You know, if we're all the way up around 2006 or 7, we've skipped some stuff stateside. We got to talk about Built to Rule.
BTR is a thing. Yes, it is. We'll get there.
It was a plastic frame with arms and legs.
Well, I mean, okay, so Built to Rule, while we're waiting on Rick to come back, during the 2004-ish era, Tonka brand, G.I. Joe brand, and Transformers brand had a Lego knockoff called Built to Rule.
Yep.
And the Joes, they came with each set or whatever came with a Joe figure who had
Studs
Lego
on his arm.
plugs.
Lego bricks to 'em.
And then the Transformers allegedly transformed, and like Jim said, it was more a framework armature thing that you could put blocks on. It's like, I'm a robot now, and it was based on Armada characters. There was a line at the very tail end for Energon characters, but that mostly hit like Market 6. I found those at Steinmart.
Really?
Yeah, and snatched up what I could there. I still don't have all those. Yeah. But they showed up at places like Burlington Coat Factory and Marshalls, and your normal, the usual suspects. And so, Built to Rule as a footnote that'll lead into something that we'll talk about shortly.
Yes.
Rick, take it away.
I just want to. We're gonna recap a few things. Here's
recap.
Hap.
I see what you did there.
Unintentional pun. I just want to circle back because I feel a lot of people, just looking at the comments, really want me to talk more about this, and I guess we can do a whole show about it. But here's the animated underwear.
Oh my god.
This is the first piece of animated product that I ever bought.
I am jealous of your animated underwear.
I'm gonna find some and buy it right now.
So here's the thing, though. I'm crazy, right? Don't ever call me crazy.
I refuse to believe that anyone on this panel is crazy. I refuse to believe it.
Still got
Did you just sniff it? Did you just smell that underwear?
Well, I've never used it.
You wanted to crack and get the fresh whiff of children's underwear. Okay.
Here comes that party fan.
And that's why I say this could be a whole show. Because you see how it says size 6 here? Like, I get every size I can find.
Oh no.
I know. I stopped doing that after a while. But for a few years, I was like, I need this shirt in small, large. Oh, they got a medium.
See, I say oh no, but I just did that with all the Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
Because brain damage.
50% off. Yes, I need that. So, and then here is our ice cream bar.
Yay! I love it.
And he came in a couple different flavors, if you will, right?
Yeah, there's a great.
I think there's a black one.
Let me see. Let's go to.
This is for part of Transformers Prime.
Wait, so is this an actual ice cream bar, or this like a?
Yes, this is the actual ice cream.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
there's 5 of them.
Lucas.
5. I didn't know that.
Apparently there are 5 of them. Yeah. So I'm missing some of those. There is a cola, a soda, and a grape. Right, and then there's a chrome and a gold. But I didn't know about those two. Some kind of chasing.
Dark of the Moon, Fruit of the Loom. I mean, what do we got over here on eBay, you guys?
Oh, okay. The silver was limited to 2 pieces, so that doesn't count. It's probably a lucky draw.
That's a lucky draw, yeah.
And then the gold, there was 1. So okay, get out of here. Why is that even on this listing?
Because it exists
somewhere here.
They're probably lucky draws don't count.
So those, and then we talked about the shoes. They actually come in a little shoebox.
Yes.
I love it.
Oh, jeez.
Here's a Megatron.
Is it right or left?
Jim, hi.
I must be. Is it a right shoe or a left shoe?
Oh,
Steve, they're all the left shoe.
All left feet.
Yeah, all lefties. Because it's Japan, so they're on the other side. So they're left. Yeah, they're all left-footed.
I see.
So we talked about while you
that doesn't get me violently angry. Unlike Nike Megatron.
It's Nikkei engine.
Well, I mean, Nike Megatron. If we're in the 2010s now, starting at the 2010s, that's when that Nike Megatron came out. It was 2013, 2014. So what's that face for, Nick? Tell us all about it.
Why are you upset, Nick?
How much were the shoes?
Fucking nightmare.
How much were the shoes?
A couple $100, yeah.
I think they were like $400. If you wanted, there was like
you got the giant box set.
Yeah, there was a big
$400. Yeah.
Thing where it came with 2 different pairs of shoes and a Transformer in a special package, and the whole thing was labeled Megatron because there was that football dude, right?
Nike was like, this product will be available today at our flagship store. And so I got my ass up in the morning and I went down to the flagship store and I waited all goddamn day, and I get there and I'm like, oh no, those aren't out. But you said I just want the damn robot.
Just want my PS5.
And, there's no way to actually get this stupid fucking Megatron toy.
But then they showed up on eBay.
Yes.
In package, out of package, $12 a piece. Just get them. Coming
I
straight from China.
I ended up buying one, I think, for $40, and it didn't have the football with it.
Mine came with the football. I got.
But
yeah,
that was what I paid was $40. I remember that. But I just the amount of time and energy I sank into trying to play by the rules just for them to change the rules at the last minute was like, well then fuck you, man. Don't ever do this again.
Luckily they've never done that again, right?
They've never done that again at Nike.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've got
Yeah.
shoes.
No, this is about 2013, 2014.
2014, yeah. It was the Bomber Megatron mold.
Sure.
Yeah. That was one of my
Generations.
favorite items that I got to market. was that Bomber Megatron.
Really?
See, you see what you've done to Nick? Do you see what you've done to Nick?
The original the original concept for that toy was a leader class toy, and he had the extra armored become God, Decepticon. And the other figure was Ultra Magnus, that was the cab with the trailer, and the cab would combine together. And they said, we're never going to make that. Stupid Rick. Here's another Optimus and Bumblebee.
Yay, Bumblebee!
Now, 10 years later, we got,
we got all sorts of magic.
We got all sorts of Optimus, Ultra Magnuses, and female characters and shit.
That hurts my heart.
So with this,
That would've been so
this
cool.
has been,
You're just too early, Rick.
I'm ahead of my
You're ahead of
time.
the time.
Right.
yeah.
I'm
Now,
ahead of
was
my
this
time.
around the same time frame as that? What was it, Galvatron or the oil?
No, Velvetron was 2017. I want to say he was the last night.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was.
That thing was just a disaster for different reasons.
So, I do want to talk a little bit about something that a lot of collectors don't seem to remember or talk about in general. But I'm a big Beast
Nerd?
Former fan, Battle Beast fan.
Oh yes.
And
Good man.
I do want to talk about these for a little while.
Ooh,
Oh, those battle beasts.
So Takara relaunched Battle Beasts in
with a
Japan.
new gameplay mechanic. It wasn't exactly like it was the rub signs like it was in '87.
Right, so these are like twice the size of the original Battle Beast.
Huh.
And instead of a rub sign, you had a cube, and you forced the cube into the chest. And this one, I think, is fire and water. And then you get to choose which one it is, and then it shoots it out of the chest. And wherever it lands, like each of these things have like a number on it. And wherever it lands, like it can land on a 3, it's like 3 water attack. But they redid a whole bunch of Battle Beast characters. And like, I don't think enough people talk about it.
That sounds an awful lot like Bot Shots.
Yeah, it does sound like precursory to
Well,
Bot Punch.
I mean,
what was
it's
it?
around the same time.
A Tactics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't mention attack.
Yeah, we somehow
Oh.
we skipped that.
Tactics.
Okay,
Energon
so
or
okay,
Cybertron.
2006, 2007. Nick, take it away.
Oh God. You guys hate them that much?
I think they're getting them.
So Tactics was launched as sort of a tabletop gaming thing, but it was really simplified. And the miniatures would launch projectiles to knock over the other miniature. But it wasn't just Transformers. There were Star Wars ones too, and I want to say there was more than that.
Yeah, there was a few different.
I think it was four.
Lines.
Yeah, I think it was 4 different lines. I know. I remember Star Wars and Transformers
'Cause they
specifically.
came packed together.
Yeah,
like,
there was a
see?
multi-pack. The starter set had.
Marvel was one of them Marvel.
I think so. No, because Marvel was doing whatever their
Oh
little.
right, Superhero Showdown.
Oh
Something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I think it was just Transformers and Star Wars.
Was it? I think were there more things planned that didn't come out. I think
Yes, there was a ton of
okay.
them, and
I
they were
believe it.
tooled up. There was all the G1 guys from a Tactics never came out. This is in Tactics.
Right.
Movie Megatron with Scorponok.
Ooh,
Oh.
neat.
Did this one actually come out?
Jazz hands.
I've never,
This
Never
one
seen
never came out.
to my knowledge, no.
Oh,
I
look
should
at that
put that
other
in a
stuff.
different case then.
Get it? It's like jazz hands, Megatron, and with those hands, he.
Riff's just.
Yeah. That's why they're called jazz
I
hands.
Love
I
it.
want 2 pieces of you. He's actually holding up his hands like that thing where in that Del Toro movie where he.
Oh yeah. Hands
Wu
like
Tang
that.
is for the children.
Yeah, he's like Wu Tang. That's right.
Wu-Tang Megatron,
So
there
this
we
one
go.
never came out. Crap.
So send it to me.
Hold on.
He's about to go find a whole
No.
pile of things that never came out and just like make us all sad.
Long story too short.
You're like,
the
did this one come
tactics
out?
sucked.
The tactic sucks, but I want the things that I don't have.
That's right. That's right. But
And
they were
it's
terrible.
funny. They had like a tactics tournaments and things at BotCon. Like everyone bring your tactics
Not
and
trying to
like
make the tactics
This
happen.
one definitely
I
came
think
out.
It's not going to happen.
that one
one
came
came
out. Yeah, that one came out.
Scream and Chromosome.
Right.
But like it was like a thing. There was like a tactics room off to the side, and play a tactics with your friends at BotCon, and play it in line while you're waiting in the 5-hour lines at BotCon, because we have a movie coming out. It's 2007. Hey, everybody.
And there was one
Nobody
kid
did
who
that.
just wanted to play a tactics, and nobody showed up to play.
Ah, poor
There it
One
is.
kid. And I remember Hasbro sent a pallet. You know those bins at the supermarket with watermelon in it?
Yeah.
They sent one of those
Oh.
to BotCon, and they said, "Open these." So I would open them up. Oh, a chase figure. Oh, a chase figure. So that's how I got all my chase figures for free. So the chase figures had chrome bases.
Right.
I don't know if you guys talked about that. They got
No,
chrome
yeah.
bases. Yeah.
Because you needed chase figures in this line for some reason.
Right.
It's all to sell things to Knicks.
And there's a whole bunch of one guys that never got released.
But-
Optimus, Megatron, Hound, Grimlock.
But those showed up on eBay. A lot of those, along with like the Robot Heroes stuff that we'll get to in a minute, a lot of those like later lines, like prototype type stuff, those showed up on eBay around 2009 to 2011 and sat forever. And I was like, I'll get that eventually. I'll get that eventually.
How'd
I'll
that
get
work
that
out for you,
eventually.
Peter?
I didn't get any of them.
Yeah, I got a few. I at least I know I have a G1 Optimus somewhere, but it's unpainted. Hey, let's talk about another thing I had a big hand in developing characters for. I want to preface this by saying I apologize, but there was a very limited amount of molds, so I did the best I could with the team to figure out characters and decos.
Yes.
Oh, the bot shots. Those
Bot
are great.
shots.
Yes.
I mean, they look like the Stunticons, but if you take a closer look, they're clearly not the Stunticons.
Yeah.
But from a distance, like if you hold it over there, oh yeah, it's the Stunticons, and then you hold it here and like, that's just a purple Megatron. That's just the yellow Jazz. That's just a blue and white sideswipe. Is that one of the wreckers from the movie as Breakneck?
Yes, it is. It's Roadbuster.
We couldn't call him Breakdown because they were afraid of putting the word breakdown in a kid's toy. So they said, let's make him Breakneck. As in we're
Breakneck,
gonna
which will-
break
That's much better.
neck.
What?
See,
That makes
I
no
always
sense.
assumed it was a car
Copyright
company
issue.
thing. Like they
Yeah.
didn't want to have their model of car being said to break down.
No, this was. I forget her name. Her name was Sarah something. Sarah, I forget her name. She was like a junior marketer who could never make a decision without talking to somebody else above her.
Mm.
And I kept saying, "Why do you exist? Why am I talking to you instead of talking to the person that actually is going to make the decision?" So yeah, she didn't like the idea of the name Breakdown
God.
for a Transformers character. Yet here we have Dead End.
Makes perfect sense.
This was
Oh,
another
No,
line.
instead of Motor Master, this actually was a copyright issue. Instead of Motor Master, we have Motor Breath.
Right.
Yes.
And somehow
And I
that worked.
I don't think that was one of my names.
Well, who's the Metallica fan on staff? That's the question.
Yeah, a lot of heavy metal and Hair Gods fans at Hasbro at that time.
So that's another line that came out and had wave after wave after wave of redecos and little play
Right.
little thingies and
I think
teams and
they executed the tabletop play better than the Tactics ever could.
oh yeah, absolutely, they were a lot more fun. And
So-
you know, their little chess thing would spin, and then there was an attack pattern, kind of like the way you described the Battle Beast thing, where it was
Right.
number 3 of this type of attack, and every character had a different specialty, and you could pit them all against each other, and they'd roll and pop and do whatever it is they did.
It's all just rock, paper, scissors dressed
Yeah.
up.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
They're fun.
And we had a whole big plan for them. There was going to be an animated movie for them. There was a Metroplex and a Triptychon base that would
Ooh.
launch figures. There was a whole bunch of stuff, and then like the later waves have like new attacks, like they would pop up and spin around,
Yeah.
right? Like a tornado type of attack.
Right.
There was like jumping ones,
Mhm.
and then it's like, you know what? We made 4 waves. Fuck it.
And then they were all at Tuesday morning.
New shit.
Yep.
Making new shit now.
But I wonder though too if part of it is like there was a lot of different like companies and properties that did that sort of thing at that time or like a little bit after. Like I just remember getting my kid, like there was a Spider-Man one that came out and there was like some other ones and stuff, and like I thought the bot shots did it best, but like there was a lot
like
of
Bakugan and Beyblade and those sort of like little $3 price point attacky things. But yeah, Bot Shots was superior.
But
how
like,
are Beyblades still
Bakugan
so big? I don't even know.
The thing about Bakugan and Beyblade, they're still going strong, and they still have the exact same play format.
Same exact
from
thing.
over 10 years.
Yeah.
And a lot of those Bakugan things are really freaking cool Transformers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Beyblade, I mean, if you think about it, just think back, 20, 30 years back to Spin Fighters. And even farther back, the Top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Tops.
It's been a popular toy.
You go back 2,000 years, and we're talking the Dreidel.
Oh, the Dreidel.
Well, there you go.
Dreidel bots.
Yes.
You're going to make a whole line of Dreidel bots.
Wasn't that a
Why
Jeffrey
not?
Brown
I
thing?
mean,
I want to say that was a
Optimus
Jeffrey
Prime
Brown
is
thing.
Jewish.
Right. Well, he's half Jewish.
Yes.
Thing. Or no, that was Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz was half Jewish.
So around the time Bot Shots was coming out, that was like we're in the middle of the first thrust of the movie waves, so it's 2012, 2013-ish. And in addition to Bot Shots, we also had Construct Bots.
So Construct Bots. Real quick.
Bionicles, but Transformers.
It's Bionicle, but Transformers.
Basically.
Yes. So Constructabots. I never opened these until
put them back in the package.
Now I'm like scratching my head trying to like get all of these, so a second one so I can open them all.
They are
be dirt cheap.
Most of them.
No
See, that's the
one
thing.
cares.
Is the last wave, the Prime Beast Hunter stuff is hard to find. I found it all in Qatar when I was living out there.
A long way to go for toys,
Hey, you gotta travel sometimes. So those are hard to find. There's the Megatron Unicron, the Bulkhead with extra friends, and a couple others.
Able to find a lot of those.
Yeah, and they're really hard to find. And then each one, almost every one of the Gen 1 characters, your Starscream, your Ironhide, your Optimus, your Megatron, have variants. Each one, where it's a movie insignia or a Gen 1 insignia, which it's different. It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
In the first place.
And
it's
then
plenty for me because I don't care.
And then you get a lot of with these, you get a lot of like unpainted pieces.
Oh, really?
So not on this one, but I opened my Starscream.
Yeah.
Like I just opened a box and I had like 3 Starscreams in there. I'm like, it's time to open one.
Yeah.
And one of the thighs was unpainted. I'm like, son of a.
On some of those though, like the packaging on them, they were in like half was in like a box, and then the other half was in like a clear tray. So you can see some of the parts, but not every part is going to be visible. So yeah, your mileage is going to vary on what you get.
Which was just like Built to Rule, the first wave of Built to Rule.
Yeah.
You could see some of the pieces.
You can see some of it, yeah.
But you can't see the whole thing because it's secret.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
it's like potato chips.
Oh my God.
Half the box is air.
Yeah.
You know what I just
that's
remembered?
a surprise. What's that?
What I just remembered that we completely skipped out on is something that's relatively obscure. Do you remember when the first film came out? The
No.
Lunchables?
Oh yeah, I have all
yeah.
those.
I got
little
those.
flippy things.
Lunchables?
Yeah.
The little flip up.
I
guys.
have, I
Pop-up.
think,
There's like
20 or
6 of
25
them, right?
Lunchable boxes.
There were 24 different. It's 24 or 18 different things. I don't
Yeah.
remember. And then there were boxes.
I
And
was
then
thinking
there was
6.
a million box variants because there was
Oh, box variant.
pizza,
Oh yeah.
with a figure, and then I remember I thought there were 6 of them actually.
I think
Yeah.
there's more than that.
Ironhide, Bumblebee, Optimus, Blackout, Starscream, and Megatron.
Right, that's a set if you're just doing them loose. If you're not doing package variants,
Right.
that's a set.
But I didn't keep the Lunchables sealed. You understand? I took the food out. I
Right, I would hope so.
Right. I kept the box.
I'm,
I have a
I'm,
lot
I'm,
of old
Who
food.
knows? I took the tasty cakes out of my tasty cake
Yeah.
boxes.
I took the tasty cakes out. I took the M&Ms out. I took the Doritos out.
Yeah,
I never got one of the freaking pizza boxes from Papa John's.
they had pizza boxes.
They had pizza boxes. I never got one.
now that you mention it, I actually think I have a few of the Lunchable boxes flattened out, but I'll have to double check on those as far as which ones I have.
Ooh.
Yeah, I open boxes here and there, and I'm like, I find a random Lunchable box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do I have this shit?
Because you love it.
So,
Great question.
On my works,
For the
ye
show,
mighty
I-
and despair.
off topic. There's a little self promotion. So, like, I have a good amount of stuff, and like sometimes, like I see it every day. So sometimes I forget, like, that it can be overwhelming just to other people. Like everyone collects in their own way, and everyone has their own types of collection. And some people display things a certain way. Some people live out of boxes and totes and whatever. But I'm trying to display things, and I put up a quick video on Twitter the other day, and in like 48 hours, it's gotten over 7,000 views. So that's like the most impressive thing I've ever done, and that includes my kids.
Aww.
You have kids.
Wow.
So like, you know, like I keep asking myself, like, why do I have Lunchable boxes? Why do I have Dorito bags? Right? And then I put up a video of like me complaining that I have a lot of shit I need to clean up and organize, and it gets 7,000 views, and people are like, "Oh my god, you win!" I'm like, "Huh? What?"
I wish my videos got 7 views.
Well, normally
Rick
my
gets it. I
cut
mean,
the tape
you're
gets-
playing dumb, but you get it. He who dies with the most toys wins. That's the game.
well, see, I'm used to cut the tape getting around 33 views.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just thank you to all the people who liked and shared my video. That made me feel something.
First time in a long time, huh?
Yeah,
It made
Yeah.
your underwear animated.
yeah. It's crazy because I'm still on my first marriage, and I feel like I want to end it all. You're on marriage number 3. Holy shit,
Transformers are a powerful force, man.
man! You know, we should do a whole show about divorce and relationships and toys and kids, and the people who pussy out. Sorry about the language, but there's people who bitch out and sell their collections when they have kids. I ain't about that life, yo.
I'm down for
There
the
you
show.
go, Rick.
I have
All
all
right.
sorts of insights on that sort of stuff. Yeah.
All right. Are we done with the show, Lucas? Can
No,
we-
we're not done. We got to talk about
We
Hero
we
Mashers.
haven't even gotten to like the newer
Creo.
stuff. So
all right,
we got-
all right. Look, let's end it at Hero Mashers and then pick up from there the next time.
we have
Creo-
part 2
Creo
here.
can be its own
Oh,
thing.
Catherine
Creo-
was
We
asking
didn't
about
even
the
mention
video
Optimus.
tour of
Oh,
your
my
collection. Did you share it? You need to share it to the TFYLP page, Rick.
Okay, I will.
Oh,
Real quick, rapid fire, Optimash.
Yeah.
You
There's
know,
the big
trans-
one. There's the little one. There's
not
the
the
Rescue
original
Box
Optimus.
ones
Where's
now that I
Bumble
gotta
Spud?
find.
Where's Bumble Spud?
There's Bumble Spud. It was in the time where they were doing like Darth Spud
Yes.
and
Spud Trooper.
or Spud Vader or whatever they were calling it. But there's Grimlock, Starscream, Bumblebee, Optimus, movie versions.
Darth.
We didn't talk about Mighty Mugs.
Mighty Mugs.
oh yeah, we forgot about those.
What about Softimus Prime and Slumblebee?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, Popples. They were Popples.
Yeah.
Robot Masters, we talked about these.
What about Heroes?
Yeah.
We
What about
mentioned
Heroes?
them, but we didn't get into them. Yeah.
Right? Creo, we didn't talk about Creo.
Creo's its own
Is that
show.
Creo's its own show.
Not
That's
recent.
its own show. Yes.
Robot Heroes were great, and I feel like they don't get enough love.
We didn't talk about these jerks, right?
Oh,
Yeah. No, I don't. Nope.
Yeah. Screw you, loyal subjects. I got like cases of these. If anybody wants one, email me. What you have to do is watch an episode of Cut the Tape on the TFYLP network, and then email me that you watched it, and I'll mail you one.
Yay!
See, Lucas, now we're going to have 34 views next week.
There you go. Well, I love that you guys like tell people to email you.
We'll watch
first off,
internet
you're
videos for toys.
You're not actually giving out an email address.
Right.
And secondly,
it's a secret.
who the hell emails anyway? Like,
Email
they're going to tag you on Twitter or something like that.
Just
Like,
text me.
Yeah,
Just text me. Here's my number.
It's like, tag you on Twitter, like Rick's Vault on Twitter or something like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
Hit him up on MySpace.
Right. Yes. Or if you're, Jim Black, go to Parlor and talk to him there.
God, no. No.
Come on, you don't have your sock puppet account set up over there?
No.
Yeah. So it's he just goes there.
Now, you might be able to find me on OnlyFans.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
But
And remember to check out our OnlyFans website too.
For that animated underwear.
For TFYLP. We didn't. I'm sorry, but there's no time to talk about Angry Birds.
Oh, yeah.
There's no time to talk about that.
Kind of sucked anyway.
Let's table it. Let's
know.
table it.
I like them.
All right. So should we? You know
we should
what?
plan a part 2.
We'll plan a part
There you
2,
go.
and we'll do a whole Hero Masters thing. We'll start with Hero Masters. That'll be where part 2 kicks off.
There you
Should
go.
we do the suckers like the punching nipple?
Yeah,
thing?
the classics era stuff. Yeah.
Right, dude.
Yes. Yeah, the
The-
things which are so on brand that you can't even tell it's supposed to be part of it.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
So are these like a couple more boxes that you have to go through, Rick? Is this the reason we need the part 2, right? Is you have more boxes in your garage, or do you actually have this stuff located in your basement now?
A lot of stuff's in the basement, but I would say about 60% of my collection's still in the garage.
I have 4 37-gallon totes of just Creo, a tote of nothing but bot shots, a tote of nothing but Hero Mashers, a tote of Mighty Mugs. I mean, if we plan ahead, I can pull some stuff out.
Yeah, I think if Peter and I got together, we would almost have a complete collection.
I would say so.
Peter, how complete or up to date would you say your trio is?
Up until the most recent round of Family Dollar, Dollar General reissues and repackages, I'm pretty solid on all.
Like
all
the RID 15 and the Age of Extinction.
15, the Canadian stuff, the funny armor guys.
I'm gonna message you here in a little bit. And
What about these guys? You got these guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got those.
Got
Yep.
these guys.
I missed some of those.
Yeah.
I was
They have been
walking
difficult.
past. I was walking to Toys R Us and I randomly passed these in the Lego aisle, and I said, "Where did these come from?" And they had just put them out, so I just grabbed an entire set.
At my Toys R Us's, they weren't in the Lego aisle. They were in on a side cap over a couple aisles over, and it's like, what the hell are they doing over here? No. You wonder why people aren't buying them.
Right, because they're not allowed to be in the Lego aisle, which is weird. Because I was in the Lego aisle and some probably new employee had just put it there, looked at it and said, "This is a minifigure."
Interesting. So some kind of stipulation, I take it.
Yeah. Lego says you can't sell any other building block like figure in the same aisle as it.
I can't imagine why.
Wow.
Oh.
So I was going to mention tomorrow night, check us out on Microcasters on the tftalk.net Facebook page at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. I'm not sure which figure we're doing. Watch out for the teaser, and we'll post it, and we'll find out, figure out which one we're doing. We may be doing that. I don't know. She just got a Scorponok, so we were talking about potentially doing that, but I know that's a massive I'll just have to point it up at my display and be like, here you go, there's a Scorponok. So, and then...
You can do this one?
Ooh.
That's not
My
Scorponok.
It's Hasbro owned.
There you go. Oof My Wallet, I believe, is coming back again this week as well. So, so check that out. Thanksgiving Eve.
Did you say "Oops, my wallet"?
No, I don't know. It's Paul. Paul rebranded the show since he's the
Because it's Paul's show now.
host now. It's Paul's show now, so he had to
Ouch
call
My
it
Wallet.
something else. He wants to do the knockoff of Ouch My Wallet. So
Oh, I see.
yeah,
We were going to call it not Ouch My Wallet, but I threw out oof.
My wallet.
Oh, I see.
And then on Fridays or Saturdays, just depending on when I put it up, is Cut the Tape, where Rick opens something. So that'll be fun as always.
Yep.
And then
This
book club
this week, I am opening this.
Oh,
It's
there
a
you
giant
go.
box.
I've
Fragile.
got mine
I'm
over
opening
here.
giant box.
Yay, giant box.
Yes.
Yes. Tune in to watch Rick mess with his giant box.
Yes. I opened giant box.
Giant box.
Yeah. See, what had happened was I
forgot
still
to
have
turn
friends, and so they sent me a Unicron a little early. So
That's not Unicron.
they don't know that until Friday.
I do know that. I'm looking at the box. Mine arrived. It's right here.
I've been using mine as like a workstation, as a table.
It's just in the
There you
middle
go.
of the living room. I gotta get it out of here.
Well, Anna's been looking for the perfect desk, for her office. So we should just point her that way and say, hey, there you go. Just use that.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, Book Club this week, they're doing RID 2012 Annual and issues 10 and 11. So if you want to catch up with that, that is on the Discord channel. So if you want to continue the conversation, join us on our Discord channel. The link is on YouTube and also on pinned on Twitter as well. I think that's it. I don't know. Do we have anything else, Rick, to talk about?
No, nothing. Nothing else happened.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, thank you for dropping some knowledge. I appreciate it, guys. And then also in the chat, Brandy, Zaldron, Catherine, Big Daddy Reviews. I'm trying to think if I missed anybody else.
Is it Brandy in the chat?
Brandy, yes.
A sister named Brandy.
So, yeah. So, thank you, guys.
Brandy is the one type of alcohol I don't drink.
There you go. Oh, Zaldron says that they're giving out free cookies at the book club if you come.
Ooh.
There's a van giving out free kittens down the street from me.
Yeah. You come to my house, I'll give you free eggs.
Wait,
chickens?
I have a lot of chickens. So.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, see here they put a limit on the amount of chickens you can have, Rick, so.
Yeah.
In my town.
Yeah. I got a lot of chickens.
So, there you go. A lot of Transformers, a lot of chickens.
I want to get a peacock. Because when you pull up to my house and there's like an albino peacock strutting around, it stops being a house and it becomes an estate.
We have random peacocks wandering around trailer parks and stuff over here.
When you
Florida's
pull up to my
crazy.
house and there's a peacock just walking around the front looking at you like, what are you doing here? It's no longer Rick's house. It's the Alvarez estate.
Menagerie, estate. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
So I didn't get I came really close, but it turns out you have to get 2 peacocks because they get lonely.
Oh.
And it's like having a dog. Because they need lots of attention and they make a lot of noise. And if you don't give them the attention, they like bark. And then they like to be like up in trees and they're like kind of nasty. And so I didn't get the peacock.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
That sounds like a total peacock block.
I really want a I've wanted a peacock for years.
I wanted to make a joke about rubbing two peacocks together, but I don't think there's a joke.
Yeah, I just wanted one peacock, but you got to get them in pairs apparently.
so now do you call it Rick's Asylum?
Rick's Asylum for.
That's what the dungeon in the back is called.
No, what do you? No, I do have a. I call my little ranch Pirate Chicken Ranch because I've got a lot of pirates and dinosaurs out by my chickens. The dinosaurs keep them company, and then I got a lot of pirate flags and decorations. I bought a bunch of pirate stuff at Pirates of the Caribbean, and I didn't have a place to put it, so I just hung it out in the chicken coops.
Please tell me your chickens have an eye patch. I want to
All right. Well, on that note, thank you guys, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.